Hello, this is Sheshachalam from Astrological Mysore, and today we are delineating a chart. This is a real chart. With many one or two positions I have not written there because the most relevant positions have been written. And this is a topic of obsessive compulsive disorder, and I have a lot of charts for that. And today's world is so stressful that people go through lot of disorders, and this is one of them which is very tough to control. The person goes through a lot of suffering in this chart because of so many factors in life. Maybe it is personal life, maybe it is official problems, whether it is problems with the siblings, whether it is the problems with parents, or even it is a problem with himself or herself. So OCD cannot be targeted only for one particular topic. It can happen anywhere, anytime. So there are some people like they are, hygiene freaks or cleanliness freaks. It's a OCD also when compared to the normal world. There are a lot of instances which I have faced with many people who had extreme OCDs. For example, I was talking to my wife that day. I had one very nice colleague of myself, and we would both go out for lunch along with the group of office members. We would go out for lunch. She was so particular that she did not want she would pick the sesame seeds from the kulcha, that is the bread or the roti, what you call, and then eat that. She would pick all the, coriander. She would pick, so because she is having a OCD that this is not washed, I don't want this. So she would pick, you just imagine picking sesame seeds from kulcha. It is so difficult. Indians will understand that. So these are all OCDs, but this is not complicated OCDs. You know, she would always wash vegetables with lime water, lime juice before she would cook. So it's not normal when you go into everybody's house. You don't find that people are cutting vegetables and washing them in lime juice. So let us understand this OCD, which is purely related with personal life. So a person is continuously going through struggle to see how to patch up personal life, how to make the family one, how to get in touch with the children, how to get in touch with the wife, how to get everything together, or in the sense that they are afraid of what will happen tomorrow and why this distance. All these things have to be understood. So, this is one of the charts which has to be explained. And I will be doing this delineation of charts in which I will be giving you live chart examples. Somebody also asked me yesterday that please give me live charts. So, yes, I will be putting live charts. It's a part of our classes. So this is delineation. So I have put both the D1 and the D9 chart, both in the North Indian style and the South Indian style. So here if you see the D1 chart, you need to see that the pattern of OCD, which is very important for us to understand, is that there are planets associated in the 6th house, 8th house and the 12th house. The planets 6th lord, 8th lord and the 12th lord are associated and mutually sitting in such places that it is putting high pressure or heavy pressure over the horoscope, and the person is going through suffering. A poor guy, he is going through a lot of suffering. So let us understand this. So here we can see the Lagnadipati itself. We should start always from the Lagnadipati. When you are deciphering a chart, we should always go from Lagnadipati. Lagnadipati, the ascendant lord, has gone to the 6th house. So here also you can see the ascendant lord is that 5 is Leo. The ascendant lord is for the Simha Lagna is Sun 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It has gone to the 6th house. So what is an ascendant lord going to the 6th house? Is it very bad to a chart? No. Work wise, skill wise, fantastic. 6th house. Sun in 6th house, superb placement. But 6th house is not good for the 7th because it becomes the 12th from the 7th house. Secondly, we need to see the 6th, 8th, and the 12th houses. So the 6th house is now having the ascendant lord. We know that we are having Mercury here. a fast moving benefic planet. Okay. Then the eighth house. The eighth house is the house of Jupiter, that is Pisces. Nobody is there, but where is the eighth lord? The eighth lord is in the 12th house. And the 12th lord is going through Kemadruma Yoga, that is moon. There are no planets on either side of moon, making him or her very adamant and very stubborn with regard to their thought process, and they want that to happen. Whatever is there in the mind or in the heart, they want that to happen. Only then they will feel that, yes, I have achieved something. So until that doesn't happen, they will keep on persistently thinking about it. And that is the OCD. OCD means getting into a depressive kind of a disorder, wherein you will keep on thinking about the same thing continuously. If at all, if somebody is angry about something, they will keep getting angry. And if somebody is sorrowful and worried and depressive, they will keep thinking the same subject and keep going into sorrow and regret. So that is OCD here. And we can see that the Lagna itself is associated with very strong malefics like Saturn retrograde and Rahu. So this is a very, very strong negative combination, only for the fact that it gives a lot of, this person is going through a lot of suffering because of the seventh house. Why the seventh house? The seventh lord Saturn, I'm just giving you the reason for OCD here. The seventh lord Saturn is putting pressure over the Lagna. Lagna is the native himself. So the seventh lord is putting pressure. That means the seventh lord is the one which has inflicted difficulty in this person's chart. So he is going through a lot of pain. So seventh lord is nothing but relationship or spouse. So next, we should also see the D9 chart. The D9 chart is that, why should we see the D9 chart? Whether this particular position of D1 has a little bit bettered in the D9. If it has bettered in the D9, that means the position can get rectified, the person can go through a cure, and his OCD can come down, or the other way around is that whatever he wanted, he will be satisfied, his desire will be completed. Once the desire is completed, there is no more OCD. Please understand. So, here again, if you see, the sixth house has Ketu, eighth house has Mercury. All these fellows who have played a very important part in the horoscope, they are all posited in the sixth, eighth, and the 12th house. And the 12th Lord is Mars, which I have not written here. It gives that aggressive punch, but I have not given it here. But the Lords are not fully written here because this confidentiality has to be maintained. Can't give out the whole chart, but still you can see that Jupiter and Saturn, which are retrograde in the chart, which are in the first and the 12th house, are together here in the Karmasthana. So he is going through a karmic difficulty, and this Jupiter and Saturn for this particular ascendant is the fifth and the seventh lord. What is the fifth lord? Progeny. Okay. And the seventh lord is spouse. The distancing or the difficulty of not being with progeny and spouse is giving a lot of difficulty. It is not that, he wants to be away. He wants to have a good family life, but because of many situations and the dasha bhuktis and the transits, there has been some problem in the family life, and he is going through extreme, tension and depression. They go in the loop, they fall inside the loop, they go through a lot of suffering. But will this become okay? This we need to understand. This is very important for the native. Okay. When the dasha bhaktis or the transits will become better, the native will slowly come out of the problem of the OCD, and there is a chance, very good chance, that the contact will get re-established and the person will get into normalcy. This Dasha Bhuktis should not be related to the 6th, 8th, or the 12th houses. So here in this case, it should not be related to Jupiter, it should not be related to Saturn, and it should not be related to the 6th, 8th Jupiter and the 12th house is Moon. So if it is not related to the 6th, 8th and 12th, and if let us say the Shukra that is Venus Dasha is running, or let us say if Sun Surya Dasha is running, though Surya is sitting in the 6th house, it is a great Dasha because 6th house Surya gives very good life. So it will give the person the strength to come out of the problem and try to make peace with the situation. So that would sometimes solve the problem to a certain extent, though it will not solve fully, because you need to understand that every problem doesn't have a complete solution. Sometimes some problems will get partial solution and the other things have to be understood.
For that, the Lagna needs to have strength.
Yeah, the Lagna needs to have the Shatbala, the Lagnadipati has to have Shatbala, the Lagna has to have good Sarvashtaka Varga points. I have not taught Sarvashtaka Varga, I will be teaching. It is once again a mathematical thing of the Brihat Parachara Hora Shastra. But anyway, this is a chart of OCD. Please understand that OCD is a very common thing. Everybody will have it to a certain degree, but we should see whether it goes to a higher degree where therapy, counseling, and even medication would be required in certain cases. So, in this case, sirf only, so not sirf, why did I come to Hindi? So, only therapy and counseling is more than enough. He doesn't have to go through any medication in this case. Thank you very much for today's chat.